Are we on?
Man, I'm so happy it's Friday.
Yes, Friday is here.
Happy Friday, friends.
Welcome to the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Your resident hooligans. I'm Kevin. That's Brandon.
Eden.
That's where we get into some of our favorite topics that exist on planet Earth, and that is Mead, Metal, and MMA. Yay, and Black Sabbath will lead us in. Ain't bad.
Yeah. We're going to have to start using Face the Pain for lead-in.
No, the UFC needs to get rid of that.
No, they don't. No, that's the one thing they don't ever need to change.
No, they need to get rid of that.
Absolutely not.
Update it.
They updated it to a newer version of the song.
Well, no. I'm not saying update the song. I'm saying do something new.
No way, man. That's the anthem of ass kickery.
You know what's cool about the whole Black Sabbath thing is they have their final tour, in March, right?
February, March. Yeah, beginning of the year.
March. Right. And that was their last show they ever did. They did it in their Birmingham, their hometown. Ozzy.
Oh, Alabama?
No. And the real one over in England.
Oh, England. Oh,
not the one full of rednecks.
Oh, okay.
And if you're from Birmingham, Alabama, from my deepest condolences, you can kiss my ass. So,
however, you're from Greenbow, we love you.
Birmingham, England. They did their final show. Ozzy was, he was on the final tour with them. They closed the whole thing out. That was it. We'll never see Black Sabbath ever again. Well,
it's time.
Come September 28th, though, if you weren't able to, be in New York City, Los Angeles, or Montreal, or, all these humongous cities around the globe, they only did, I think it was 12-city tour.
Yeah, it was really small.
If you weren't able to see that, hey, that's cool, because September 28th, coming to a theater near you, maybe, if you're lucky, they're going to put it on, a one-night-only thing on September 28th.
What's it called? The End of the End? Something like that?
Yeah, and I have got my fingers crossed that our cultural hub for this region of Americana right here is Lubbock, Texas. And I hope like hell they carry it over there.
Don't put too much hope in that, my friend.
Maybe.
We'll get into that a little bit.
They did carry the Metallica, last
Yeah, but
tour,
that
right?
was a worldwide release. That was in theaters everywhere.
Well, so is this. This isn't like a minor thing. This is Black Sabbath going out of business sale.
Oh, I figured it was like a select theaters type of thing.
No, I think it's a global release.
Oh, okay.
They're only doing. That's why they're only doing it on the one night. So that being the case, I kind of like their chances, maybe, because if Lubbock doesn't have it, I'm not going all the way to Albuquerque because September 28th is a Thursday. I've got a day job, and I've already put in for all my personal days over the year.
And who wants to be in Albuquerque on a Thursday?
Who wants to? Okay. Why did you add on a Thursday?
Just in general?
I couldn't wait to get out of that town. The crime, truly. People from Los Angeles are moving back to Los Angeles that had lived in Albuquerque for a year. Come on.
Yeah, there's a guy staying at the hotel I work at, and said, I used to live in Albuquerque. I live in Edgewood now. I live on the other side of the mountains because it's just too gnarly in Albuquerque.
Which is really ironic. Their mayor ended up getting some kind of a big old attaboy award from their Chamber of Commerce. Because they are the number 2 crime city in America. And by the way, number 1, as you should be able to surmise, is in Michigan, and it is the city of
Flint.
No, Detroit. But still, yeah. When you are really only second to Detroit on some bad shit, which means you're way out in front of Atlanta, Houston, New York City,
L.A.,
Stockton, California. You were really, you were in rarefied air.
So we've cracked open our first ball of Runestone last week.
Yes, indeed.
I think all parties involved would agree that it came out pretty goddamn amazing.
Our secret taste tester said that she thought it was a bit citrusy, which is great because we have orange in it.
She also has celiac disease, so we can't trust her palate.
Well, but I think it's one of those, it's enjoyable right now, which is great. Because as we've found, though, with our mead batches, the older they get, the better they get. At least so far. So far, that has been the paradigm.
Sure.
So with this particular batch of mead, I think moving forward, it's going to get better and better. That citrus is going to get devoured by the honey. We know that.
The honey always wins in the end.
Yeah. I'm a little bit concerned that the vanilla is perfect right now. That bothers me a little bit because I kind of wanted it to be a little bit obnoxious.
Well, I mean,
I think it'll be a back note more than anything.
Yeah, it'll be something you taste after. It'll be on the back end.
Which isn't bad. I was kind of really, what I aimed for when we put this batch together, I wanted the orange and the vanilla to be on the same level on flavors.
Right.
And I kind of wanted them to be at the 4 or 5 month mark where it is right now, by the way. I wanted them to be a little bit above the honey because we know that the honey does eventually take over. You know, we'll leave it at that. I'm not going to try to get technical.
Yeah, we did that last week.
Yeah, that was good enough. But anyway, so the honey will take over eventually. And I thought if they're on the same par, that means with aging, it will become perfect.
Right.
You know, within 6 months to a year. Well, as it is, and it's going to be a great batch. But the problem is, I think the honey is more, or the vanilla is more backgrounded than I want the vanilla to be.
Yeah. Well, for it being our first time actually using vanilla as a flavor in the mead, I think it worked out pretty well.
Well, I have no complaints. You know, and there's some people that actually are not huge vanilla fans that are probably going to be able to try this batch and go, okay, this is fine. I don't mind an aftertaste. I don't mind kind of an essence that's there. I don't want it in my face, you know. So, okay, for those people, this will be maybe the best batch ever.
Right.
And I think it's got the potential to be top 5 for me.
It's good to be able to have a top 5 of shit we do, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. Because once upon a time, we only had like 3, so we couldn't do a top 5. So, yeah, we have progressed and moved on.
That's right. That's progress, people.
Speaking of moving on, we're going to rack Green Man, by the way, tomorrow, and that'll set the stage. That'll go into a secondary because we haven't seen any kind of flocculation going on. So we're ready to move that one over to the next part of its journey, which will, I think, we'll probably be able to finish about 1 month from now, first part of August, I'm thinking.
Yeah, because those chilies are ready.
We can move it because, well, tomorrow's July 1st. We move it over tomorrow, give it about 3 weeks in secondary, and then add the green chili and give it 2 weeks to gel. So, yeah, probably second week of August.
That'll be pretty close to the McGregor-Mayweather fight. Glad we'll have it ready by then.
Which we'll get to in a moment.
Yeah,
because we try to keep an orderly
well, we already talked about
circle.
We already talked about metal here, so
kind of. We're all over the map today. Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, let's move on to the metal portion anyway. Other than the Black Sabbath show coming up September 28th, what do you have going on this week, sir?
A friend of ours sent us a link. Metal Injection, which is a website that we now frequent.
A friend of one and a relative of another.
There you go. Someone that had a hand grenade of a mead bottle blow up on him. I think we reference that every week.
We do.
It's our running joke.
I think that's going to be from now on. Yeah.
Loudwire has put out their top metal albums 2017 so far.
That, by the way, I found to be aggravating to no end. If you're talking about the top metal albums of 2017, and I realize that we have a very different taste in metal from your average, metal consumer. What would be your release schedule for this year? I mean, how would you order out the first, 2 or 3, 4 albums, whatever?
Shit. Top one, obviously, for me is Pallbearer.
Yeah.
It is the only release of the year that I'm still listening to.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Shit. I think I've been listening more to albums that came out near the tail end of last year, like the New Moon Sorrow and the new Metallica, the new Devin Townsend. Mastodon would be on there too.
Probably just third for me.
Yeah, but just because the field seems so small to me.
I do think Elder's new album actually is really appealing to me. I'd put that at my number 2 spot for the year. But anyway, so Loudwire puts out this list. Here's the problem I had with it. Only one of like 4 or 5 editors, only one even put Pallbearer in their top 5. And I'm sorry, but Restless is this is a band that, honest God, if you want to talk about doom metal and say, well, look, everything that came after Black Sabbath is only really pedestrian. It'd be I would make the argument. I would argue and I'd defend it because it's actually one of my favorite formats of music. But eventually, at some point, I would probably have to concede and say, well, okay, we'll just have to agree to disagree.
Sure.
Paul Bearer actually is picked up. They grabbed the torch, and they are carrying on. And they're still a young band. They're going to get nothing but better and better and better as the music moves along.
Yeah, Heartless was a little bit of a catalyzing album for a lot of people. There are a lot of people that they either liked it and some elements of it they were kind of freaked out by, like the grungy, growly vocals that came out in this one. They've done it in the past, but this one they kind of put some emphasis on.
Well, what happens, though, is when you're doing something right, you're going to have a whole lot of people questioning what you're doing.
Right.
Whereas the people that have been there with you the whole time are fully behind you. I think that's what Paul Bearer did.
Yeah.
I mean, Heartless is one of the... If you haven't bought it yet, buy it or check it out on YouTube. I mean, that's kind of what some members of this two-man crew
go on
does.
YouTube, check out Plea for Understanding, and just like let the next 12 minutes of your life just float. It's amazing. It's a good experience.
It's still weird to me that one's not on most playlists on the Heartless album.
Yeah, it should be. It's one of the best closing songs on an album I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well, because I think the problem is most people grab the whole thing, put their playlist together. That song got pulled for some reason and then re-released onto YouTube. I don't know what
I don't know why either. It wasn't even really the most viewed one out of the bunch.
No.
Probably the least.
Yeah. So most of them, if you get the playlist of the latest record from Paul Bearer off of YouTube, it's going to be missing that track at the end of it, probably, unless it was a recently put together list.
Yeah. Matt Bacon on Melon Jackson.
Bacon.
Matt Bacon. So he's a man you can trust.
I like Bacon. I like this already. Where's it at?
He put which I agree. Ailstorm's no great, but The Sea is a fun album.
Ailstorm. Look, if you don't take your music too seriously, listen to Ailstorm.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of Psycho Stick. They put out that song Beer, which has like been just resoundingly popular to this very day.
I wonder what it's about.
About beer.
No, but I mean, but they are maybe one of the. I mean, they don't take anything seriously.
No, and that's what makes them so fun.
Sure.
I mean, they're a Scottish. I don't even know what. We'll just call them Scottish. Not a metal band. I mean, they got a lot of synth. The pirate theme. We'll call them pirate metal, basically.
Do they kind of remind you a bit of more or less? Well, who would be? I mean, I don't want to say Weird Al Yankovic. Korkaplani. Are they a little bit more along the lines of some lighthearted kind of?
They're like Korkaplani, but better.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to do a comparison.
They do it right.
Well, Korkaplani, who, if you don't know,
which is like one of the hardest fucking band names ever said.
Yeah, Finnish band, but they do a lot of traditional stuff, and most of it's kind of fun drinking song kind of arrangements.
Right.
But the problem is that was their bread and butter for so long, then it gets hard to take them seriously on something they're doing when they try to step outside their comfort zone. That's just me speaking.
Yeah.
But
Matt Bacon also, he had Heartless on his list.
So, okay. Well, well, that was the guy.
That was probably the guy.
That was the one.
I didn't see it on any other one.
One editor for Loudwire that had probably arguably, I think, one of the best records of 2017.
And
we're only halfway through the year.
Yeah, one of the best explanations. Like, hey, these guys are the greatest thing in this genre since Sabbath.
Well, there we go. So we're on the same page.
Yeah. He says, sure, Paul Bearer can keep growing, and they probably will somehow crank out something even better than this masterpiece.
Sure.
But right now it feels like Heartless is the greatest thing to ever come out of the doom metal genre that wasn't written by Black Sabbath.
You know what that is to me is a big old keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Utterly monolithic, stately, and destined to take over the world is an album that will awaken you to a brave new world. And I agree.
Sounds a bit more complicated than I was aiming for.
Let me tell you what. It really helps when you're folding laundry at 4 a.m. Paul Bearer just suits the mood.
That is right. For all of you.
Who's happy folding laundry at 4 in the morning?
For all of you wondering, then Brandon does have a day job. It involves he works at a Chinese laundry. So.
I do. My boss Janet always screams at me in that foreign language I don't understand. It scares me so bad.
Cracks you with a chopstick.
19 years ago today, System of a Down released their debut album, an album I love still to this day. 1997.
Did they? Oh, okay. Now I know they had. I don't know if their first one was their big one, but I know they got a lot of radio play.
Toxicity was their second. That was the one where they arrived.
Right.
The first one was under American Recordings, Rick Rubin's label.
Yeah.
Like Slayer and everybody else. Oh, man, it was music like we had never heard at the time. It was so chaotic, but...
It was the post-grunge era, so... Yeah. But really, I wasn't even aware of them until they started getting radio play, which was off their second record.
When Chop Suey came out.
And, but they seem to have kind of... I guess they're still around.
They've gotten back together and have done some live shows. I think they actually just done one the other day.
They're fixing to do another soon.
Oh shit! My real accent came out. No, man, 4 dudes from Armenia that can actually jam pretty. Serge probably has one of the greatest voices I've ever heard in metal.
Yeah,
top 10.
Oh wow. I'm not sure where I would come down the best voice of metal.
I think Ozzy.
Yeah, I mean that one seems to be the go-to. Wow.
Be like Ozzy, Hetfield, Dio.
See, Hetfield is definitely there. God, that idiot from Opeth, and I'm not a big fan of him, but he's got a range.
Yeah, Michael Dipshit.
Michael Eastern
Michael,
European
I
last
ain't
name.
going to do growly albums no more, but I will do the classics live. I'm glad he still does like Blackwater Park live, which is my favorite Opeth song.
Yeah. What a compelling little thought. We'll have to revisit that next week.
Dude, okay. I'm sure everyone's heard about the whole fucking Jenner t-shirt thing.
No, they haven't. You better fill them in.
Listen up, people.
Gather round, children.
When did it start being okay to grab iconic images of legends and their art and put your fucking picture over it and then put it on a t-shirt and sell it for $30? When did that start being okay?
Never. The musical equivalent, though, is sampling, so I don't know. That's been around for a while.
Yeah, and apparently that's just fine. I hope Sting's still getting a lot of money for everyone just biting the skis off of every breath you take. Yeah. You take a Kill 'Em All album cover, you put Kylie Jenner's face on it, and like that's edgy. Is that the new thing?
If you're those chicks, yeah, sure.
Fucking boat left, and I wasn't on the boat, man.
Well, they're trying to get their own thing figured out, and Kim Kardashian, known for not really doing anything. Well, that's not true. She did a sex tape. I'm not recommending the Jenner girls do that, but that's.
Well, they might need to start considering it.
I don't know. Well, then again, though, the big old Wookiee-looking Kardashian, Khloe, she's never had to do anything.
Like Billy Kardashian.
No. Look at old pictures of her when she had her bangs all the way down the bridge of her nose. She did. She looks like she should have been sitting right next to Han Solo.
I wonder if they're System of a Down fans being Armenian.
Oh yeah, that's where we started this whole thing out. Yeah, but anyway, so they had to. So they had a cease and desist come down from the Doors, who really they protect their property really, really well. So does Metallica, but Lars was probably just taking a nap.
Yeah, Robo went out, sold a piece of painting, and is waking up like, oh shit, well that's already been taken care of by somebody else. That's a good day right there.
Yeah. So whatever these little Jenner girls are trying to do, it failed miserably their first time out.
Blew up in a big way. On this day, the band puts out their first album.
Oh, yeah. Which might very well be the most talented damn band that was ever put together.
Would you say like the first true supergroup?
Yes. Yeah, I would. Well, well, I mean, there were so many great acts that came out in that time period. If you're a music historian, obviously you're going to look at it and think, well, you did have... I mean, the Beatles were a supergroup without knowing that they were a supergroup because that's kind of where they got their start.
Sure.
The band was actually put together, the pieces of which from a couple of different bands. But they were essentially all, Canadian. Let's call them what they are, which I have no problems with Canadians at all, even though, because Toronto was their hometown. So
Happy birthday, Canada, by the way.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow.
Was
but
it tomorrow?
Yeah, that's tomorrow. 150 years. So yeah, Toronto, 1968. So you had Rick Danko, Garth Hudson. You had Richard Manuel, Robbie Robertson, and Levon Helm. Any one of those guys would have been the star in their own damn band. So, a super group of supergroups. Yeah, first one.
It's good groove and jam.
Yeah, and if you want to get some goosebumps, pull up YouTube and bring up "Makes No Difference" by the band. They're live when they did on their final show, and 76, I think. Pull that up. That'll blow your mind.
Oh man, on this day, Wolfman Jack died.
I gotta tell you about.
Which is funny because everybody assumes that that he was such a huge.
I think he was bigger on television than he was in the radio.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because here's the whole thing: he was working for Station X, something, which was broadcast out of Tijuana. That was his last gig. But I mean, now he wasn't broadcasting in Tijuana. But that was where Mexico. What they would do, since they didn't have the same regulations we do, they'd crank all these huge towers all along the border, and they would crank out all this crazy stuff that that you'd be able to get damn near like into the northern part of San Diego County with. But yeah, that was one of the last stations he worked for.
Wow.
But I think you're right. I think TV, he was more popular
I
via
remember when
that medium.
he was on an episode of Married with Children. And it's just the voice.
Well, American Graffiti and,
American Graffiti, forgot about that.
No, I think a lot of his appearances, I think they initially... God, they had him on something special on one of these moron Saturday shows. I don't think it was Bandstand. God, maybe it was Bandstand. I don't know, but they'd bring him up for like to introduce certain new acts or whatever. I mean, it was kind of a weird little circus, for a guy that actually was truly a pioneer in the radio business. So as a radio guy, it kind of aggravates me a little bit, kind of the way that things went for him, say, after, I don't know, 1963 or 4. Yeah.
See, born on this day, the beautiful and lovely Deborah Harry of Blondie.
1916?
Right after the Great War.
1945.
Oh, that war. Oh,
the other one.
I only had it off by one war. I only had her off by one war. That's all.
Oh, shit.
Well, she's lived some years.
She has. And it looks, but I like that. I like that.
I can respect it. Yes,
that's right.
Yes.
Elwood Blues born today, 1952. Dan Aykroyd.
All right. Favorite movie of yours that was not Blues Brothers?
That had Dan Aykroyd in it.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
No, you're wrong. Grosse Point Blank. No, there's not a wrong answer on an opinion question. No, I liked him in Grosse Point Blank because I think that's the first time I saw him as a bad guy. And he was really kind of a funny bad guy.
Oh, well, then if we're talking bad guy, Caddyshack 2.
No, nobody watched that movie but you, Brandon.
I watched it several times.
Brandon
I thought
watched
he was the Bill Murray of the movie.
Yeah. No,
I just liked how he played a shell-shocked war vet who was like running a food truck.
Sure.
And like trying to kill people out of it.
That's the only role that was a saving grace in that whole entire movie. So, all right. Who else?
Oh, man. I think
that's it.
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott was born today.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
Ain't nothing else. There's a video we need to watch later about James Hetfield's reaction to Hulk Hogan's claim that he auditioned for Metallica.
Really?
Yeah.
There's
always Hulk Hogan has always said that because he is a bass player. He saying he knows how to play a bass guitar. He's gone on record saying he auditioned for Metallica for the bass player role.
Okay. So
I guess finally they caught wind of
it. So that way they can deny it.
I'm sure it's not going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that huge peroxide blonde beefcake coming in with a little tiny bass guitar. I remember that guy.
Right after he got done like nailing somebody's wife on air, right?
Yeah, no shit.
Unbeknownst to him. Has Hulk Hogan even got any?
He's still recovering from the whole...
No, I mean, does he have any credibility left? I mean, You didn't see where I was going with
Oh
that.
yeah, sorry. No, he doesn't. Not in the, especially not the pro wrestling fans. They know what kind of businessman he is.
Well, I mean, just as a human.
As a human,
The whole Bubba the Love Sponge thing, oh, I got tricked into sleeping with his wife. God, come on, man.
just a little bit of publicity. Say he's making a comeback. Might go back to work with WWE.
All right, well, cool. I mean, that, soap operas. They all
It's
have
the
about,
Hulkster, brother.
You have to write the scripts very similar, though.
Well, let's get to the meat and taters of this whole occasion here. This is going to be our last. Well, not our last.
It'll be our last ever
This is
podcast.
it, bitches. I hope you enjoyed it. Nah, after next week, I am going to be gone.
No, you'll be gone next week.
Yeah.
You said after next week.
Oh,
But next week,
yeah,
you'll be gone.
Yeah,
so.
a week from today,
And
Kevin Robbins.
when left into my hands, I don't know.
Get ready for the deep fried shit show.
That'd probably be put in kindly.
No, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be in Vegas, enjoying International Fight Week. Lifelong dream of mine.
Yeah. So what all events are you going to catch?
Well, really, outside of the Ultimate Fighter finale, which I actually got some pretty good seats for. I did total research. I went and looked at pictures of inside the T-Mobile Arena in the section where the tickets were available. I was about to buy.
Want to make sure you had the good view of
Damn right.
like some grappling and shit.
Yeah, I would love to be able to see a little bit over the cage, see action going on near the back, but close enough where if it's near the cage, I can still get a pretty good view. I don't want to have to watch monitors.
Right.
Pretty good seats. Looking forward to
But
that.
but if there's some bloodletting, you're going to have to look at the monitors, though.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I'll say like replays. Yeah, I'll be up there looking at that shit.
All right.
It'll be weird not hearing anybody talking while the fights are going on.
Are you going to start doing your own play-by-play?
Oh, they're going to be a couple. Oh, that's it. Oh, dude, of course. Of course.
I was waiting for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As a matter, I'm going to try to yell loud enough so you can hear me on the goddamn show.
There we go.
So, yeah, going to try to call in next week from the T-Mobile Arena. If
Well,
we
if
can
you
figure out
reach
the
the
logistics of it.
voicemail of, you've reached the Echoes of Ancients Meadery. Sorry, but nobody's home right now.
Like, God damn it, Kevin got day drunk again.
Kevin decided to go ahead and check out that Godfather's Pizza over in Farwell instead. That's possible.
By the way, today's podcast brought to you by Godfather's Pizza.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I will point out too. There's we appreciate our tens of listeners that we have, and
Thank you, both of you.
got a few folks tuning in today. So appreciate you heathens for listening along, going for this cool ride in life where we're just trying to make some Viking hooch, play some music, and entertain ourselves.
Just trying to live the dream, you know.
That's it. That's what we're doing.
Not going to try to shoot each other with a Desert Eagle 45.
Not today.
Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows what tomorrow will bring?
You were referring to that weird deal,
Yeah.
San Antonio or Houston?
Yeah,
or?
where that dude was like, I'm going to block this Desert Eagle 45 at 3 feet with a book.
It's a 50.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And he had his fiance shoot this book. So he's holding this book up to his chest because he shot apparently the same gun at a book before. Well, here's the whole thing though. If you're just shooting at a random book, and with a different weapon, I think it makes it more retarded. But I don't know if that's acceptable communicative currency anymore. But he shot a different book. Now, if a book is kind of spread out, well, it's not as compact, so it will.
If there's even a little bit of air between those pages, it's
slows
going
them
to
down.
tear right through it.
It slows him down a bit. So this guy's holding the thing tight up against his chest. Well, and then lo and behold, it goes through that thing like, I don't know, a bullet through a book and into a chest.
Why the fuck wasn't he wearing a bulletproof vest? I mean, with that, would that have even helped?
He had even addressed it on YouTube that he and his fiance were going to do the most dangerous stunt ever on YouTube, and now she is being held for second-degree homicide.
Homicide?
Yeah.
Not manslaughter?
She's the one who pulled the trigger.
But not with malicious intent.
No malicious intent, but that's why it's second degree.
Fuck.
Look, if you're young and really stupid, do something. If there's something you're wanting to do, think about it, and they go, nah. and then go make some French fries or something like that, and then come back and go, should I do this? And then go, nah, and then walk away, and then like call a family member and say, you know what I'm thinking about doing? So a family member's older than you are. I go, I'm thinking about doing this, and if the family member goes, nah, give it up. You're done. Don't do it. Don't do it.
This podcast has officially gotten off the rails.
No, I think this podcast has become more of a community service.
Weren't we just about to talk about UFC 213?
Let's talk about UFC 213.
All right. 213, it's a card I wanted to go to, and I was very close to buying tickets for.
Oh, that's the one that's in Vegas the time you're out in Vegas.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird
that you're not going to go
branded.
to while you're in Vegas.
That's right. I'm going to go to the one before because it's cheaper, and I think I'm going to enjoy it more.
Probably.
Well, I mean, the 2 fights I wanted to see got pulled.
Cerrone got a blood infection because he was out surfing or skiing around on New Mexico lakes.
And you know what? That was never reported once anywhere. Like that's obviously has to be the cause.
I only know it because I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
so
I'm surprised they're not like, well, he has been visiting about a dozen different lakes in New Mexico.
The last one's on Santa Rosa Lake, which tells you, I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, there are some great fights that are going to go down on that card. Travis Brown is fighting again.
Who's he losing to?
Alexei Oleinik.
Oh my God! They're gonna make him get a win.
Now get this: Travis Brown, record of 18-6-1.
Yeah.
Alexei, a record of 51-10.
Yeah, but he's like one of those Russian sambo fighters, right?
I don't know, man. 50 wins. I mean, experience has to rock for something. If this dude's like 33, then that says something else.
But I think they're setting this up for Travis Brown to get a win. They don't want to lose the guy.
That's what they did with Derek Lewis. They thought that was a setup for him.
Oh, that's true. Maybe Travis Brown's not nearly as good as people think he is.
Get the fuck out of Glendale.
Yeah. I don't know. Ronda Rousey does have an interesting little video, little speed-enhanced video of her cooking breakfast for Travis Brown.
Oh, she's relaxing into her new job now?
God, it's a disappointing deal because of the two of them, she's the most talented of the two. Why isn't he running a vacuum cleaner and she's out training?
Both leave Glendale. Why not?
Maybe
go
maybe
to Albuquerque.
I mean, I honestly said,
go train with Holly.
Look, well, that's a different story.
Yeah, right.
But but I pointed out back months ago, probably before we even started doing podcasts together, that Ronda Rousey needs to go train with Faraz Zahabi up at TriStar in Montreal. I don't care if it's just one camp. Get your gear down. But no, she's like in Glendale getting no striking advice, thinking she's a striker.
And I would even say like either that or like Dwayne Ludwig in Milwaukee.
No, in Team Elevation, Colorado.
Is that? Oh, that's right. Yeah, he fucking moved Colorado.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
That would be anything other than what she is doing right now.
Yeah,
would be
anywhere
the best
else
thing
would
in
be perfect.
But
fucking move to Brazil.
Oh God,
they love her there, right?
They would love some Honda Rousey down there. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going.
First name start with R. It's an H, and the last name's an R. Oh, well.
I'm going Alexei on this one.
I like the pick, but Travis Brown's got to win eventually.
So does Big Rig.
Oh my God! Oh, we wanted to talk about last weekend? Well, we don't have time to talk about last weekend, but yeah, Hendricks, the former welterweight champion who can't make weight anymore, ended up getting dragged, kicking and screaming up to middleweight.
Said he had a high fever. That's why he came in at 188.
Well, yeah, if you eat too many bagels and donuts and shit, yeah,
any locks
raise your body heat, you know. But Johnny Hendricks, look, I feel sorry for him because he couldn't make weight at 170. Now he can't make weight at 185, where he's kind of a smaller guy, and just got his ass handed.
Yeah, going even beyond that, coming in overweight and getting your ass beat in epic fashion by some pretty big names.
Laid out. Oh, well, okay. Well, I spilled whiskey this time. Whiskey's not nearly the. It's not nearly the massive beer. If you'll hand me just a, I know. Oh, you're gonna hand me a paper towel. Oh, I thought you were gonna hand me a straw. Okay, so anyway, but the.
You wring it out in your mouth.
So last weekend's fights were fine, but the only other thing notable coming out last weekend was Felice Herrig ended up getting a win, which is always big in my book. And she actually made the woman she was fighting shit herself, and that's always big.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn. No Tio's Tacos pre-fight, man.
Well, I mean, no, you shouldn't be. I mean, apparently, I don't know what the gal was doing, but
Hey, Yoel shit himself. He said it was just sweat,
really,
but it was really brown sweat.
really brown and lumpy sweat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And only in one area. He must have a really sweaty butthole.
Jesus Christ. Can we move on back over
Anthony
to-
Pettis.
Okay, who's he fighting?
Jim Miller.
I think Miller's past his prime. Anthony Pettis. Although I think Pettis is really struggling here lately, anyway. But
Yeah, where are those Wheaties boxes at, man?
yeah,
Oh,
lost
shit.
his Wheaties.
Yeah, Pettis. That's the right call. Verdum and Overeem. I think Fabricio does the same thing he did to Kane.
Maybe, but
Overeem looked good
Man.
against Mark Hunt. He did
Yeah.
look good.
dude was throwing some hands. I like Overeem in that fight because Fabricio did reveal that yes, he does still have a glass jaw
Yeah,
intact on his last fight.
sure. Co-main event for the interim, another interim title fight. Robert Whittaker taking on the Cuban Beast.
You know, I mean, as much as I want to see Yoel win that fight, because I do, I'll be pulling for Yoel. Because nothing will make me happier than Michael Bisping going, God dang it, I've got to fight.
I was avoiding this
I have to
motherfucker
fight.
for so long.
I have to fight this crazy-ass Cuban that's been calling me out for a year now. And now, outside of, like, you know, a strained labia or something like that.
You do that to me? I love you.
Because that's the whole thing. Michael Bisping was all ready to fight GSP, and I go, okay, hey, guess what? We're going to have you fight Yoel Romero. And he went, nope, injured. So,
GSP wants to fight. Oh, I'm back.
yeah.
Oh, he's out. Knee
Bisping
surgery. Knee surgery.
he only wants the money fight, and that's where the UFC is going. By the way, but
he learned something from that Dan Henderson fight that he can be destroyed.
Oh,
if he can
sure.
make it 25 minutes, he's going to hold on to that belt no matter what.
well, up until he beat Rockhold down in Australia here a couple of years ago, that guy was the punching bag of the UFC. So, but here's the problem: he's fighting Whittaker, and oh my God, that guy.
Whittaker's a hell of a striker.
The problem with Whittaker is that he has finished every fight so quickly and
Sure.
so technically spot on with force. We haven't even plumbed the depths of what the guy can do yet.
Well, I think we're going to find out one way or the other Saturday.
Yeah.
Because Yoel Romero, fighting at 185, probably coming in closer to 200 pounds,
Sure.
moves around like a lightweight. Dude is light on
Very
his
light
feet.
on his feet.
And all it takes is one flying knee from Cuba, man, and shuts the whole game down. He does it to everybody.
And I'd be all right with it. But the problem is that Whittaker wrecks people.
I don't think it'll be easy, and I do think we'll see Yoel try to get a little cheaty tactic in, like those little wrestling tactics you use to get a little more time.
Like sit on the stool for about an extra 5 seconds or whatever.
Douse him in water. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
you can't fucking do that. Oh, let's just hose him, wipe him off for about 5 minutes. Get him
Yeah.
everything.
No, I mean he's got the gamesmanship in him, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But
I
Whittaker is a beast, and I think Whittaker's going to pull a crazy ass like first, second round knockout that nobody's looking for. And then Michael Bisping go, hey, I don't have to fight that crazy Cuban. Hey, but guess what? You get to fight an even crazier New Zealander.
Either option is dangerous for Bisping.
Yeah.
But I think Yoel is going to load that left knee up and send him to the mat.
Well,
Early,
either way,
like you think.
whoever wins, it'll be 2018 before they'll fight Michael Bisping.
Sure.
So
Hey, might see him fight at MSG in November.
Bisping will have an injury, and it'll get pushed back, and then the UFC will have to go ahead and say, well, that's it. You're going to lose your belt. I mean, that's the only thing they can really do at Bisping at this point.
Threatening to take the belt away. Yeah.
And then this is an interim fight. You know what? You're right. It would be November would be, cut bait or go fishing.
Yeah. We got our main event. Again, International Fight Week is being headlined by the ladies.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes defending against Valentina Shevchenko.
Man, that's going to be a really good fight. The problem is a lot of people saying, look, Nunes is just she can wreck everybody. Yeah, kind of. She's going to have to pull some shit like she did against Ronda Rousey. She's going to have to be able to come in and strike immediately.
Yeah, swarm.
And that's got to be her game. Now,
Shevchenko.
here's the thing, and that is what Nunes does great through the first round and through half of the second round. Here's the thing. All the competition she's had so far, it's always been first-round finishes.
Right.
The thing is, the chick does gas eventually.
Yeah.
And I think Shevchenko, if she plays it right, and she's got a good jaw, by the way.
A great job.
And she's not dumb.
I mean, their last fight, you know, it went the distance. Nunes won it, but it was still a hell of a fight, and Shevchenko has gotten so much better since then.
Yeah. And Nunes
has as well.
You can reach a peak. I mean, at some point, if you don't have better competition to train, I think that's the whole thing. Shevchenko, I think, has got the ability to do what she's got to do to get the win. I really do. I like Nunes, though. I mean, personally, I want to see Nunes win, but I think Shevchenko is probably going to have the skills to do it this time.
Yeah, I mean, Nunes is headlining her second UFC pay-per-view that is like their biggest pay-per-view of the year during International Fight Week.
Sure.
It'd be a hell of a thing for her to go in there and fucking get another victory. That'd be great.
Sure.
I see her getting dropped with a leg.
You know, the realist in me says you're probably right. It'll probably be something crazy.
It'll be late.
It'll be like third, fourth round. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
But either way, I agree. That's going to be a hell of a fight.
So that's what's coming up for a week from tomorrow.
And
if you listen to the
not
podcast.
To mention, two more big fight. Well, one big fight adjusted and one big fight announced this week. Megan Anderson out versus Cyborg, being replaced by the Ginger Warrior from Invicta, the bantamweight champion Tanya Evinger.
And that fight's when?
UFC 214, July 29th.
Nah, you can kiss my ass. I don't care about that yet.
Okay, what about Woodley defending against Maya?
Don't care about that yet. We'll have another podcast.
Well, no, I'm asking you for immediate opinion.
Maya's going to win that one. I mean, Woodley, I think, looks very, very good against a lot of certain people. But if he's going to fight, he's the guy that's always talking about wanting to get it down to the ground. He throws weird, crazy windmill punches. That's fine. But if things get to the ground, that's Maya's homeland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Maya's not going to allow him to be as elusive as he was against Thompson.
No. Thompson just was that as a scene of inactivity. So.
And they've said that GSP is going to get the winner of that at MSG.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say GSP is never going to fight in UFC again.
I think we'll see him and he'll get destroyed and go into the shadows.
Yeah,
back
probably.
into the darknet.
Go hang out with CM Punk.
Then Cormier and Jones, well, that's a show for another time there.
Sometime later, I guess. We're going to have a lot of podcasts between a whole bunch of these fights, I hope. So, yeah.
We might. I don't know.
Unless Brandon finds out selling himself on the strip in Las Vegas.
There might be better opportunities for me 730 miles from where I'm sitting.
Shit. All right, let's wrap this up. It's going way over 40 minutes. People tune out about 20. So,
don't insult the attention span of our listeners.
Some of them. Oh, by the way, I had a conversation about Holly Holm with a guy. He's trying to tell me she's like one of the best kickboxers in the sport ever, and I disagreed. And hey, we're still friends. So
wow. So it only ruins families.
Only families. Hey, by the way, Runestone. Yeah, we're gonna have that. God, at some point, hopefully, sometime soon. It's already bottled. It's just waiting for a label. We'll have that ready to go.
Label and shrinks.
Yeah, shrinks. We're going to do the blue.
Yeah.
Royal blue shrinks. Okay, so then the other thing beyond that, metal, we're not working on new music yet, but we're actually really seriously considering a Silverchair cover to fill some space for our original.
Yeah, I might fuck around with that tonight.
Yeah. And then, as far as MMA goes, well, Brandon's going to be out in the birthplace, or the headquarters of MMA in the United States of America, and I'll be watching on TV.
Rub Dana White's bald, bumpy head.
There you go. I'd do it. Rub it and say, for the Buddha.
And then go sit on Misha Tate's lap and get a picture.
Oh, wait. You got to rub a belly for a Buddha. Rubbing the head would be, just say Sinead O'Connor.
Nothing compares to you, Dana. Love you, Uncle Dana.
Time to wrap up.
All right, friends. Have a great 4th of July. Don't burn anything down. I mean, burn the earth, but don't literally.
Not literally, no.
Have a good night, friends.
Take it easy. See you, I don't know, next week, maybe?
Live from International Fight Week.
God, well, Brandon's going to have to show me some stuff, or else we'll see you in 2 weeks.